Hey everybody, it's Ted here. I'm in the engine lab working on a points ignition system. We kind of went over this in class today, and I have the system set up, a mock-up points ignition, spark gap tester, and a dwell meter. I'm going to show you the wiring of it and then how I show how to test the dwell angle and the components and how to adjust it. So let's get started. Okay, so I've got a distributor clamped here in the vise. I have my dwell meter hooked up to the negative side of the wire that goes down to the negative side of the coil. I have a power wire on the positive side of the coil that goes to an ignition switch. I have my ignition switch tied to the positive side of the battery. And then ultimately I have grounded the vise, which grounds the distributor. And then over on the side, I have a spark gap tester. So the spark gap tester over here will see the spark jump when I turn the key on and then I rotate the distributor. So each time you rotate the distributor and you close the points, that saturates the coil. When you rotate the distributor and you open the points, then the coil discharges and spark occurs. So let's show you how that setup works. All right, so here's the spark gap tester right here, and I'm going to see it jump the spark gap from this wire, which comes from the coil, the top of the coil, and it's going to jump the gap across here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate the distributor, which is going to open and close the points, and that way it'll saturate and charge the capacitor inside the points ignition system. When I open the gap, then the capacitor will discharge and that will cause the coil to fire. So I'm going to turn the key on and rotate the distributor. And every time I open that point gap, it has sparks. You can see the spark jump that gap. Nice blue spark. I got a 1/2 inch here, so you can see that. If I turn it quickly, you can see the spark gap. Now, you can't really see it, but you can see the arc and the points in here. I'll zoom in on that as well. Okay, the points are open right now, and I'm going to close the points and let it saturate the coil. So you can see the points are closed, and every time I open the points, spark occurs. So just that little arc there every time you do that. So if you leave the key on and you leave the points closed, the points will overheat and burn up. That's one of the bad things about points ignition. So you can't tell with a cap on. So you always want to shut the key off every time you're done using a points ignition. Don't leave the key on for a long period of time or you can burn up the points. So that's how you can see that arc occurs across those points. Marine distributors like this have to be what's called ignition protected. That's SAE J1117. That's the ABYC 1500 code. What that means is this coil and this ignition system, the distributor especially, has to be ignition protected. That means that with the cap on, this distributor cannot create any external spark to ignite fuel vapors in the bilge. All right, we're going to look at dwell angle next and how to adjust dwell angle on the meter. All right, I've got an old Stevens multimeter here, and this is an ancient meter. It's decades old, but it works great. And basically what you have is you can read the dwell angle. You can also read the tachometer engine RPM, which is important to set the idle RPM on a lot of gasoline carbureted engines. On the dwell meter, we have the scales from 0 to 90, essentially 45 in these scales. So what I'm looking at is 0 to 90 degrees really is what a 4-cylinder rating is. And then a 6-cylinder is 60 degrees. So you have 360 degrees divided by 6 cylinders is 60 degrees. They also use this for RPM, so it's a little confusing on the scale when you look at it. But we're looking for 0 to 90 on a 4-cylinder engine. So 4 cylinders, 90 degrees apart in the distributor, and then a V8 is 45 degrees. So you have maximum 45 degree dwell angle. Now, when I close the points, and the key is on right now, and I turn the key and I close the points, so I've just rotated the distributor to close the points. Now the coil is saturating. Current is running through the coil and it's creating a magnetic field in it. When I open the points and I leave them open, spark occurs and that jumps the gap. Now, if I rotate it fast enough, we can see what the dwell angle is. So I'm going to take my little adapter and my drill, and I'll show you what it looks like when we check dwell angle. All right, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. I'm going to put a drill on here so you can actually see what the dwell angle means when you spin it. Okay, so somewhere around 30 degrees, I think, is for the 4-cylinder application. And that's the average of what dwell meter reads coil saturation time. So dwell angle, again, is coil saturation time. Points open, points closed. And when the point's open, you get that spark occurs. Okay. All right, we're going to look at the points and show you what happens when you open and close the points. All right, so we've zoomed in on the ignition system, and that's basically the condenser, which is connected to the points. And then this bolt that goes through here is insulated. It does not touch the housing. If it does, then you have a short and you won't have any spark. So the two adjusting screws for your points, one of them is the screw that holds the points in place, the top one, and then the other one is an eccentric. So I'm going to loosen the first screw, just loosen it up a little bit, and then I can turn this eccentric and you'll see the points will move. So that's how you adjust your dwell angle. So I'm going to bring it back up and I'm going to open the points. I want to put them on the high side of the cam right here. And then what I want to do initially is I want to open those points to about 16 thousandths of an inch. So I'm going to just eyeball this real quick and I'm going to open it up to about 16 thousandths. Right, and then I'm going to snug that screw down. Right, I'll turn the key back on and see what we get if we create spark or not. Yep, so I can hear I got spark right there. So just the eyeball adjustment, you can get the points to create spark. This is something you change every year. Points and condensers don't last. Right, so when I rotate this quickly, if the dwell angle is incorrect, and we'll get the dwell meter and set it up, then we'll adjust the points with that eccentric and see if we can hit it to 30 degrees. Somewhere around there is pretty standard for most ignition systems. You can see the dwell meter as well. I'm going to spin it and then I'll adjust the points and see if I can get it at that 30 degrees. So we're going to be looking at the 4-cylinder range 0 to 45. That's the second column up, so 30 degrees someplace up here is where I want to be on dwell meter, on the dwell angle. So keys on, we're ready to go. I'm going to loosen that screw up just a little bit so the eccentric, I can move that. I'm going to check and see if I can move it right now. Yeah, and I can move it. The screw is a little bit snug, so yes, I can move it. Okay, and let's see what happens when I start turning it. This is going to be a one-man band. Usually you do this with the engine cranking. I can do it with the engine cranking, ground the coil, and I can set it like that. So here we go, we're at 20, maybe 25 degrees, and let's see if I can adjust it. And yeah, look too far. So if you go too far, you lose it, right? Because the gap's open too long. So you just got to get that happy medium about right there. And these points are right on the edge of being burned out. Pretty good right there. Okay, so the last thing I do is I tighten that lock screw and just snug that up. Don't go crazy over tightening. You strip it out. You wish you hadn't done that. All right, now that may adjust, that may move the point. So let's see if that did, because if it did, you have to go back and start again. And it's down around 28, so I'd have to make another adjustment on that. So that basically is dwell angle, is the time the points are closed. Now when the points burn up, you can't make that adjustment. A lot of times they won't even arc. And there's, you know, people that say, oh, you can go ahead and you can sand the points and file the points, throw them away and put new ones in. I have to put new points in virtually every ignition system that's on a boat every single year because they just go bad. And yes, that coil will get hot, and it is warm right now. So just from working on this right now, I'll show you what the desktop table's about 67 degrees, and the coil, this ancient coil right now, just from running for that amount of time, is 86 degrees. So yes, the coil will get hot as you're doing your adjustments, and that's why you want to make sure you shut the key off. Okay, so this is really just an introduction on how to set dwell angle and how to set point gap when you put a set of points in ignition into a distributor. After you do that, you always want to check your spark timing with a timing light. We go over that, and I'm going to go over advanced spark timing and timing lights in the lab next week with the students. We'll pull distributors out, time the engine and put them back in. So this is part of our second term engines class. So if you'd like to learn more about this, the New England Tech Marine Technology Department is in Warwick, Rhode Island, 401-739-5000. I hope I'll see you in the future. If you like the video, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.